Hi, my name is Valerie, and this is my 17th video on my no-poo experience. My first video was on June 1st, where I used baking soda and apple cider vinegar in place of shampoo, and it dried out my hair a little too much, my scalp, and it made it kind of itchy, so I didn't like it, and I decided not to use it anymore. So my last video was on the 4th of December, and I used mustard powder. And it didn't really do a lot. It kind of just removed excess oil, but other than that, it didn't really clean my hair. Well, since then, I had run out of eggs and didn't have the opportunity to go to the store to get more, so I decided that I was going to do another mustard powder wash. And it pretty much did the same thing. It took out some excess oil, but the buildup just kind of stayed on my hair, and it didn't really clean it at all. It looked pretty bad. So today, on the 16th of December, I am going to use witch hazel. And basically, the instructions are put some using a spritzer bottle, spray it on your hair before you do a water-only wash. It's supposed to help with drying out all that oil and getting it out of your hair. So we'll see how that goes, but considering the past few things that are supposed to be really good at getting oil out that I tried that didn't work so well, I'm not super excited about this one, but we're gonna try it anyway. I decided to read the ingredients on the bottle of witch hazel to find out what exactly it is. And it turns out that the only ingredients are witch hazel and alcohol. And I remember reading in the complete book of herbs that my mother-in-law gave to me that a tincture is when you take the herbs and you steep it in alcohol or vinegar in order to pull out all of the good components in order to be able to use them for medicine to heal you. And a lot of the uses of witch hazel is for things like insect bites or minor cuts and scrapes in order to cause relief from pain or itching. I know in the past I've used witch hazel to deal with poison ivy that I get on my skin. And knowing these ingredients, alcohol is a very drying ingredient and witch hazel is what's used to deal with the itching or the pain. So my guess is if this really works on my hair, the alcohol is what's going to deal with the oil, and the witch hazel is probably going to soothe my scalp after it's been dried out by the alcohol. So I thought that was just an interesting thing to learn about, since we really aren't doing anything to dilute the witch hazel before we put it in our hair. 2 showers in a row of mustard powder equals a lot of stiff, oily hair. It doesn't really look clumpy, but I think I just did a really good job combing it the past few days. But in general, the oil tends to peter out much farther down here just because there's so much of it. Another thing is, because there is so much oil, any shed skin cells from your scalp get caught and people think that you have dandruff. So that is definitely something to think about. Combing your hair when you have this much oil in it is really important to make sure that you get those flakes out. And anytime I go outside, I put my hair in braids just so nobody can notice, because that's just how dark and clumpy and stiff my hair is. So I am hoping that this witch hazel works and that I will be able to get some eggs soon so that I can really get my hair clean again. It seems that my hair is getting a little bit long, but that's okay because my plan is to grow it out and then donate it anyway. Putting witch hazel in my hair was pretty standard, you know. I filled my spray bottle only up about halfway because I felt I didn't need a whole cup of alcohol in my hair. So I used approximately half a cup in my spray bottle, and I got my hair really damp so that it was a little drippy but not too much. And I let it sit there for quite a while, probably more than 20 minutes. I saw if I let it sit in there longer than I did the mustard powder, maybe it really will get out all of that oil that is built up on my hair. Well, as I was trying to rinse it out and rinse it out and rinse it out, it still felt really oily, really slick. But now that, my hair has been drying out a little bit, the ends do feel really clean. But we'll see how it turns out in the end. I hope it works. So, long story short, my hair smells funny. The witch hazel has this weird, almost like a smoky odor to it. And since it didn't really take any of the oil out of my hair, it has oil and a smoky smell to it. Maybe it's because I left the witch hazel in my hair for too long before I tried to rinse it out, because some of the hair, especially around the scalp after I pinned it up, it did start getting just a little bit dry from sitting for so long. But, oh well, I'll just have to make sure I get some eggs this week and clean my hair really good with that, so that I look partway decent and not so much like a drowned rat. So I hope that if you use witch hazel that it works better for you, and have a nice rest of your day.